Hey, welcome to the Weekly Wave. Rejection. It's one of the most quietly painful experiences we go through. It's rarely loud. It doesn't always come with flashing lights or a dramatic exit scene. Sometimes it's just silence, an unanswered message, an opportunity that never called back, a relationship that slowly faded away. And yet, it still hurts. Sometimes a little more than we expect, and sometimes a little more than we're willing to admit. Today I want to talk to you not like a guru or someone who's mastered all this, but like a fellow human who's been there, who's heard the no's, who's walked away from something they wanted not because they gave up, but because they weren't chosen. And I want to remind you, being rejected doesn't mean you're not enough. It means you're human, and more importantly, it means you tried. Let's talk about what rejection really is, what it isn't, and how to heal from it without really closing your heart off to the world. Rejection carries an invisible weight. Rejection is hard because it's invisible. You can't show someone a bruise or a cast and say, this is where it hurts. But it still aches, sometimes deeply, and most times quietly. It makes you question things. Am I worthy? Was I foolish to just try? Should I even put myself out there again? The answer is always yes. Yes, you're worthy. Yes, it was brave to try. And yes, you should still hope. But I get it. When you're in the moment, those answers don't always feel real. The pain of rejection can feel like proof that you were wrong to want something, wrong to care, and wrong to even believe in the first place. So let me be clear. You are never wrong for hoping. You are never wrong for trying. And you're never foolish for showing up with your full heart. So next I want to talk about the meaning that we as a society assign to no. Rejection often feels bigger than the actual moment itself because we don't just hear no. We hear you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not lovable, you're not chosen or wanted. But those are our interpretations, not the actual truth. Most rejection has little to do with your worth and more to do with the fit at the time, the right timing, the right alignment, the right opportunity. And sometimes things just don't match, don't add up. You didn't get the job. Maybe the company needed a skill that you weren't meant to master. Someone walked away from the relationship. Maybe their capacity to love wasn't there when yours was. Your creative work didn't get picked up. Maybe it wasn't about you. Maybe it just wasn't their vision. We internalize rejection when we should be depersonalizing it. It's not always your fault. It's not always your failure. Sometimes it's simply life moving you out of alignment with something that wasn't meant for your path in the first place. We got to use rejection as redirection. This is not just a comforting phrase. It's a truth that only becomes visible in hindsight. Rejection is often protection, and more often than not, redirection. Think back to something you once wanted so bad and didn't get it. Now ask yourself, did something better come later, or did I grow into something stronger because of it? Most people who live full lives, who dream and build and love deeply, have stories full of detours. Very few of us walk a straight path to our yes, and the most resilient people aren't the ones who always succeed. They're the ones who learned how to navigate the no without abandoning themselves in the process. Now, what do you do with it? What do you do with rejection? Let's sit with the emotional part for a moment. Rejection can feel like grief. It's a loss, not just of what was, but also what could have been. There's no rush to get over it. You don't have to minimize it with fake positivity, and you certainly don't have to act like it didn't matter because it all did. And that's okay to hurt over something that didn't happen. The brain doesn't always know the difference between imagined futures and lived ones. So what can we do? First, name the loss. Call it what it was. I really wanted that. I saw a future here. I cared more than I thought. Naming our disappointment is the first step toward releasing it. Second, feel it fully. Not forever, but fully. Cry if you need to. Journal. Sit with it. Think about it. Talk to someone safe. And let yourself be human. Third, you got to protect your identity. Do not let a moment of rejection become a permanent narrative about your self-worth. A door closing is just that. A door, not a mirror. And last, you have to reflect gently. Ask yourself, what did I learn here? What will I do differently in the future? And also, what did I do well? Because even in the no, even in rejection, you likely showed growth, courage, and vulnerability, and that matters and goes a long way. You have to learn rejection doesn't define you. Your response to rejection does. Here's something we don't talk about enough. Rejection doesn't shape who you are, but how you respond to it does. Some people experience rejection and close off. They build walls. They stop applying themselves. They stop trying, and they give up hope. And I understand that instinct. It's a form of self-protection. But there's always another way. You can let rejection refine you, not reduce you. You can let it soften you and not harden you. You can let it sharpen your clarity and not dull your spirit. The people who become truly whole in this life aren't the ones who've avoided pain. They're the ones who've let pain deepen their capacity to love, to try again, to keep their hearts open in a world that doesn't always say yes back. So try again. You don't have to bounce back overnight. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. But I do hope you try again, at your pace, in your way. Whether it's applying again, or opening your heart to someone new, or sharing your work, your ideas, and your voice, or whether it's simply choosing to believe that you deserve good things. Try again. Because the more you try, ultimately, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the more you grow. And the more you grow, the more yes begins to find you. So here's just a note from me to you. If you're in a season of rejection right now, if you're sitting with the ache of being unchosen or feeling unnoticed or passed over, I just want you to hear this. You are still becoming. This is not the end. And what you're feeling now is part of the process of becoming someone wiser, someone deeper and more whole as a person. The right things, the true things, the things that are meant for you will not require you to shrink yourself, beg for belonging, or chase worthiness. Your yes will come. And when it does, it will feel like an alignment. Not performance, not persuasion, just peace. So for now, rest if you need to. Heal, reflect, keep your heart open, even if it trembles. And when you're ready, try again. Always make sure to keep trying. Thank you so much for listening.